It was a quiet winter morning in the small town of Brooksville. Snow covered the rooftops, and the air carried the smell of wood smoke from chimneys. Inside a small, humble home, a woman named Amelia Carter sat by the window, gently rubbing her swollen belly. But Amelia's pregnancy was no ordinary one. Inside her, she was carrying 10 babies. The doctors had called it a medical miracle. No one in the town had ever heard of a woman carrying so many children at once. Some people doubted she would survive. Others whispered in awe, calling her the Mother of Miracles. But Amelia only smiled. She believed that these children were meant to be here, no matter the odds. Her husband, Daniel, worked double shifts at the local factory to support her. Every evening he would come home tired, but the moment he saw Amelia, he would kneel beside her, place his ear on her belly, and listen. "It's like an orchestra in there," he would say with a grin. 10 little heartbeats, all playing the music of life. Amelia's journey to this moment had not been easy. She had been told years ago that she might never have children. The news had broken her heart. For years, she and Daniel tried, but each time ended in disappointment. Then, one summer, after countless treatments and prayers, Amelia received the news she was pregnant. At first, they thought it was just one baby, then two, then three. And finally, after more ultrasounds, the truth came out. 10 babies. The doctors were worried. They told her it was dangerous, that her body might not be able to handle it. But Amelia's eyes shone with determination. "These children are mine," she said softly. "Every single one of them deserves a chance to live." On the morning of January 15th, the hospital was in a state of quiet chaos. Specialists from different cities had arrived. Nurses rushed in and out of the delivery room, preparing for the arrival of 10 tiny lives. Daniel stood outside, pacing, his hands trembling. He prayed silently for Amelia's safety, for the baby's survival. Then the doors opened, and a nurse peeked out. "Mr. Carter," she said with a smile, "get ready to meet your children." One by one, the cries of newborns filled the air. The doctors worked tirelessly, and by the end of the day, 5 boys and 5 girls lay wrapped in soft blankets, their tiny chests rising and falling. Amelia, exhausted but smiling, looked at Daniel. "We did it," she whispered. Life after that day was nothing short of extraordinary. Their home was always filled with laughter, crying, and the constant sound of little feet running across the floor. Mealtime felt like a festival every day. 10 little plates, 10 little cups, and 10 little voices calling out, "Mama!" or "Papa!" The nights were long and sleep was rare, but Amelia never complained. "This," she would say, holding her children close, "is the life I prayed for." The community, touched by their story, came together to help. Neighbors brought food, donated clothes, and even built a larger room for the children. The Carters had become a symbol of hope in Brooksville, a reminder that miracles happen to those who don't give up. Years later, as the 10 children grew, people would still stop Amelia on the street. "How did you do it?" they would ask. She would smile and reply, "With faith, love, and the belief that every life is worth fighting for." Her story became more than just about giving birth to 10 children. It became about the power of hope, the strength of a mother's heart, and the magic of never letting go of your dreams. Moral: sometimes life gives us more than we expect, but if we embrace it with courage and love, it can turn into the greatest blessing of all.